What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to take one last look at the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined. In this video, we're going to do a UA versus retail comparison. Jumping right into it, as you can see, there's a slight difference in the box size. Top being UA, bottom being retail. Give you a slightly better shot. UA, retail, as you can see, has this overhang. And granted, this will be kind of difficult unless you do have both shoes in hand. It'll kind of be hard to differentiate that. But I will say that the UA box is a lot softer versus retail is more heavy duty cardboard used in it. But other than that, I will say that the font and the colors of the box is almost identical. And taking a look at the sizing tags, I will say in person, you can also see it in the video that the font is different from these. The font on this UA is very large font. As you can see, 12 is a lot smaller on the retail version. And also something that I'm noticing is on the UA, this black is gloss black. And on the retail version, it's more like a matted. It does have sheen to it, but it's not as dark as, it's like a lighter gray. As you can see, this is much more dark black. Here's a quick look at the papers. Papers almost identical. I will say that the retail is, the spackling on it is slightly darker versus UA, but that is something, again, that you would need to have both. All right, guys, so here we got the shoes out. This is retail, this is UA. I will match both up with the hang tags, but I just want to do like a face-off look at them first, which I wanted to start out with the toe box shape because that is, in my opinion, the defining factor on this shoe, or one of the defining factors, is that overall shape of it. And guys, let me tell you, no cap at all, just take a look at the shape of this UA shoe. The overall sleekness of that toe box versus a retail pair, that's crazy. And I might actually like the shape of this UA toe box versus the authentic. That's crazy. But there's differences, as you can see. Both do have the widow's peak, so I think they replicated that one. Also, I'm going to show you what nobody's telling you, and what I think might be the defining factor on QCing and authenticating these shoes with this retail pair. And I'm going to go ahead and give it to you right now. And that is the leather cuts on the authentic pair. And every retail pair that I've seen, the leather cuts has this almost like green dye to it. All the way around every cut on the shoe. It's like this greenish blue hue to it. That, in my opinion, is the defining factor on the shoe. As you can see on this UA pair, is all black. You see what I'm saying? Right here. See how there's this greenish shade to it? It's black. And that, in my opinion, guys, deserves a subscription. Please hit that subscribe button and like button for that pointer alone. That, in my opinion, is the telltale sign. But I do got some more pointers to show you, so let's keep going. All right, back to the toe box. Let me know which one you prefer. You like this UA shape or the authentic pair? Can't go wrong with either one. I do like the authentic pair. Very nice and sleek, but this one surprised me with the shape of it. Really like that. The snub nose look to it. This one is like progressively going back. Just take a quick look at some of the textures in the leather. Very nice tumbled leather. I will say that these pair that I got, they're pretty consistent with each shoe, and we will take a look at my other shoe shortly. But I think they got the consistency right and the tumbleness throughout the shoe. Taking a look at the UA, it also is tumbled, but I will say it has sort of like a more sheen to it versus the retail it has slightly more matte finish to it. I think this UA pair might have like shiny overlay over top of the materials used, and it's throwing off slight more sheen to it. But overall, they got pretty damn close, I will say that. All right, guys, so I decided to pull out the other UA so we can match up the tags and take a look at the shoes together. I think as far as the hang tags go, it's pretty much identical with those. So that's nothing really to look at. So let's get into my next cue, and that has to deal with this winglet section of it. In a previous video I made, I stated that this cut along here is a very smooth cut, no type of fraying at all of the materials. And that was something I stated to look out for, because usually the retail do have a very fine cut to it along this wing section of the shoe. See how fine and sharp that cut is. And I was actually surprised that this retail pair, the cut along that wing, this lateral side cut is pretty good. It's on par. But let's take a look at the medial side. See how this material is slightly frayed looking. Normally, retail are pretty good about getting that nice and sharp, kind of like the outside part I was just showing you. It's a lot cleaner. But I was kind of surprised just to see that that cut was kind of sloppy cut to it. As you can see on this UA pair, it's much more cleaner. So that was something that opened my eyes slightly. So I think that just goes to show you that even in retail pairs, they do miss some QC points, or you know, just have some slight mishaps in production. But I will say that that's pretty good work by this UA. So that's two things that already surprised me, is the better cut and the material, and also that toe box shape. So man, that's crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rear of the shoe. Again, this is UA, this is retail. Another point you can look for is these heel counter tabs. The retail is pretty soft. It's not like the SB4 that was rubberized and very pliable and soft, but it is somewhat pliable. So feel on the UA, it's much more stiff, and the retail is actually slightly softer than this, and this UA is a little bit more stiffer and harder to the touch, but very close. This was another point that I said in a recent video to take a look at, and that would be the height of this heel counter section. Usually retail is much more shorter, and the UA usually gets this wrong and makes the cut a lot higher. As we take a look at them together, I think they pretty much nailed it. But again, look at the color of the texture in this retail pair. It has that green hue that I was talking about versus all black. So that's just the differences in the cut of leather. I want to say that this UA pair, they probably sealed the edges of the cuts versus the retail pair that left the edges free to fray, and you just getting a look at the dyes used in the leather. Taking a look at the medial side of the shoes, pretty much identical. The colors used in this shoe, they're pretty much also identical, from the fire red inside the tongue to the heel counter. In person, to the eye, I don't see any difference in it. The cuts along the tongue are pretty much identical to the retail pair. Here's a quick look at the medial side of the toe box. In the foreground, you have the retail pair. In the background, you have the UA. You can see the difference in the shape, much more sleek with the UA versus the retail. Retail has slightly a higher cut, but it does angle back. UA just has slightly a sharper angle cut to it. Here's a quick overhead look at the shoe. This is UA, retail. As you can see, the material is pulled up just slightly more than the UA. It has a lower cut. Let's take a look at the cages on it. This is one section of UA they used to get wrong. They used to have a much higher cut to the cage. As you can see, it's pretty much in line with the retail. Here's a look at the tongue and the Flight logo. It's UA, retail. I think they pretty much got that close to accurate. Very eye-opening in my opinion. I was curious to see how this shoe was gonna stack up versus the retail pair. And I didn't take a look at the shoes upon getting them. So this is first time looking at them together with you while I was making this video. Again, like I was saying, the toe box shape on this UA really surprised me on how it would look versus the retail. And if I really had to pick, I would take this shape over the retail, and that's crazy to say. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the overall shape on this authentic pair. But it's something about the shape on this one that I really like. Just a little bit more than this retail pair. Can't go wrong with either one though. But let me know which one you like better. You like the retail shape better, or you like that UA shape better? But something else that surprised me was the cut on the wing section of the shoe. I thought it would be a lot more neater, but that could just be this pair that I got. There's nothing too outrageous. It is still sort of neat. Just I think it's more that the open cut leathers, more frayed versus this one that has like a edge sillet on the cut. So that's probably the reasoning on that. But it was something that caught my attention. And last but not least, something that also caught my attention with these shoes was the height. They got that pretty much accurate. So let me give you a shot of the air units. This is retail. UA. That's pretty much standard. If you can't get the outsole right, you should not be in business. But yeah, guys, just wanted to come through and do a quick comparison between UA versus retail of this Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined. And we're going to go ahead and put the Bred 4s in the past. I only made one video on it, but I know a lot of people are tired of seeing these videos. But I did want to get this comparison out because, in my opinion, it was eye-opening from the couple pointers that I did show you. And again, as I stated, I know some people still are on the lookout to purchase this shoe, and they do have to go third party. And I won't just say StockX and GOAT. I will say like these sneaker events, sneaker cons and stuff like that. I know it's starting to heat up, so people will be out and about more at these sneaker cons and stuff like that, purchasing at the table. So just give you stuff that you can look out for in person, to give you a good idea if you want to purchase that shoe. So real quick, the rundown of my pointers to look out for when you authenticating or QCing your shoe in person is the toe box shape. Is this cut of material used? It should have this greenish dye, and that is, in my opinion, the Thanos gauntlet glove of QCing this shoe. From what I've seen in all these retail pairs, this is very consistent. You can see the color of that cut very easily. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I would say look at the height of the rear heel counter section. It should be pretty short, nothing too high. And as I stated, just make sure that this cut on this wing section is somewhat uniform. It could have slight variations to the materials being frayed along this edge, as you can see here, but it still should be somewhat uniform. As you can see on this UA pair, the leather cuts, it has like a finishing, it's almost like a wax coating around the edges of the leather. So look out for that. And also, I would say just look out for the overall finish that's on the shoe. The retail pair is slightly matte finish. There's not too much sheen and gloss to it. As you can see on this UA pair, it seems slightly more shinier versus this retail pair that has a much more natural appearance to it. But guys, that's what I have for you today. Stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't seen my video of the High 85 metallic burgundy, that recently got pushed back by Nike to June 22nd. And that shoe actually was set to release a day before this Bred 4. And Nike decided to push it back just to give the limelight to this shoe. So if you haven't seen that video, feel free to go check that out. Very dope shoe. And I also might have a video of that metallic burgundy versus the metallic gold women's exclusive. So stay tuned to the channel for that. And please feel free to hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and I would greatly appreciate it as we continue to go and grow. Until the next time, peace.